Hey everybody, and welcome to what it will be essentially my vlog for Euros 2022. So I'm recording this pretty well after the fact, but as a sort of introduction and bridging of what you're going to be seeing in the next video. So it's a lot of between round stuff, or after the event, or after the first day, or after the second day. But for the most part, it's just a bit of fun in order to understand the overall journey. That's kind of the hope and intent, and I hope you enjoy. It's very different from obviously deck profiles, but it's content, and it's something that I'd never been to a big event like this before in my life. So I wanted to document it as best as I could. Bear with me, and I hope you enjoy the journey just as much as I did, except for some mildly salty bits in the middle, which were really annoying. But other than that, it was really fun, and I did quite enjoy it.
Hey everyone, so it is the day before I head to Antwerp. Basically what I'm doing so far now is really trying to refine what I'm doing. So based on recommendations, I've taken these bad boys out of the side deck because a lot of people have kind of given out to me for it. I also took this guy out. I do like him, but how do I describe it? So he is. You could get super polyed, right? So we'll see. And I'd rather keep my toes. So I kept him out. So based on kind of other discussions from with James, I kind of went with adding this guy instead of Unicorn. And so when I cut this guy, I added one of these, just one, into the main deck. Kind of a weird choice. And then along with that, I started playing this guy because he's quite good. But along with that, I changed my side from having lightning storms and things like that to having basically kind of a mix of back row removal, so Feather Duster, Cosmic Cyclones, and Evening Match. And obviously Evening Match is pretty versatile, but yeah, so that's one thing I kind of tried to do. Hello. So I'm up in the airport, and I'm trading through backdrop and stuff, so it's very quick. It's time to go to security. I'm in Antwerp. Let's go. Time to go do some Yu-Gi-Oh! So I made it to the expo event, and basically I got the metro to the wrong place. So we're trying to rush to sign up for 3v3, and also I want to try and sign up for the main event so I can get my mat and ease my brain a bit, so it's sweaty, but yeah, it's pretty cool so far. Let's see if I can tap the camera or something. How do I do that? So I'm just out of main reg, and now I'm in a 3v3 reg with James and Mark, and we're going to see if we can stomp some fools, I guess. Maybe. So this is the mat and sleeves that you get for entry. It's like a Nibiru mat. It's quite cool. Hey everybody, so it's almost before round 5 of our 3v3. We've not done great, but we've learned a lot about the meta decks, and just even from listening to our opponents, I think I've learned a lot in terms of how to approach it. One thing I did do, which I'm very proud of, is I didn't do massive amounts of last minute changes. I did in fact 0 last minute changes because there was an announcement in the hall and I just missed it. But I had planned to change 3 cards. I'm going to be miffed if it shows up, but at the same time I'm pretty happy with it. And there's James, Peter, and Mark. So after we get our ass handed to us X4, we eat in style, baby, style. Look at this bad boy. So I'm finished round one. It went into time. I lost game one. In game two, he the game three, and I got cowboyed for game turn one. So welcome to Euros. Hey guys. So I lost round two in time. It might be a trend this time, but I didn't lose to cowboy this time. I lost to myself. Because one of my cards burns myself. My opponent played within reasonable time and it was quite good. It was just my own fault. Realistically, when we were in time, I should have maybe told him to go first, because then he would have burned the crap out of himself with punk cards, but you know, it is what it is. What's up? So I'm just finished round three. I lost to Drytron. As Peter said, Drytron best deck, let's go. So essentially, game one, I won the die roll. I beat the shit out of him. He just scooped and he didn't show me what he was playing. Game two, he reverse scooped me by making an impregnable board, like impregnable by a mile. And then game three, I opened up kind of poorly, misplayed a small bit, and what happened was I misplayed my way into a loss essentially. But at one stage, I activated the card to let me see his hand, and I could see his hand was so good that it was definitely going to kill me. So it's one of those things where, I mean, so I'm now 3 losses out of 3 rounds, which is definitely a bit disheartening considering I paid for baggage so that I could bring home the trophy. But I mean, that's just wishful thinking really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play one more round. If I lose that round, which I might, because it is really good players, right? But if I lose that round, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to head back to the hotel and rebuild. I'm going to build a new deck, and then I'm going to play some of the side events. I'm going to play Sprite Adventure for a bit because I feel like my Sprite, the play style of Sprite doesn't really suit me too much. So I think the adventure stuff might actually do a bit nice stuff. Or Mark said he'll take the Sprite for me. Yeah. Well, no, I'll play the Sprite. I just need some negates and stuff. So yeah, it's been fun so far. Except for round one. Every other round has been fun except for round one. But yeah, so that's what it is. Hey everybody. So I lost round 4. I lost to how you describe it? Basically, I bricked on cards that I put into my deck that were not useful at the time, but if I draw them at the right time with a combination of other cards, would be quite good. So I lost to Sprite. I opened Godly game 1, win. I opened Mediocre game 2, and he managed to cinch it. And then game 3, I opened Atrocious, and nothing was working out well, so I just had to call it there. I basically drew my next card and I went, good game. And I was like, okay, and now I'm dropped for the tournament, so now I'm just doing side events and stuff. So it's not over, but it's basically over for me. So woo, Euros. But yeah, every game's been fun except for the first round once more, but also side events should be cool.
So that was my main event experience for the most part. What I found was I really enjoyed talking to all the opponents that I was playing against. I found that I learned a lot, and I liked talking to them after the duels, because usually our duels were actually relatively quick. There's very few that went into time except for round 2. But within the main event, it was very much a kind of a fun experience. There was no sort of after like round 2, there was nothing that was too crazy or out of the ordinary or anything else like that. It was just interesting to watch people play through their deck. Like the Punk deck I found really interesting. I wanted to see how I didn't have much experience with the Sprite Mirror, but I did feel fairly confident with it because of the crossout designators, which I did end up breaking on, which is what I'm talking about here in round 4. Main reason I've been kind of coy about that is because I posted this vlog on my Instagram as well, where a lot of people who do not know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh follow me. So I wanted to try and be somewhat specific, but not also overly specific. So that was kind of my aim. But in general, that's kind of my main event experience. I guess we'll go in a bit more about like the overall afterwards, and then What else are we talking about? Talking about probably the side events the day after as well, which were really fun. And there's good news to be had for that stuff. So that's kind of the hope, that you'll like stick around with us and sort of see my overall Euros experience. So yeah.
Hello. So we're finished for the day, kind of, because all the side events rounded up. So we're in Kelly's Irish Bar here with Peter and Mark, and we've all devoured our food. I've had like an Irish breakfast, and what do you have? Ribs, ribs, and chicken curry. And I'm still kind of making my way through a picture of St. Beverages. But yeah, tomorrow is Sunday. So what I plan to do is I want to bring 2 decks tomorrow, potentially. So I want to be degenerate, so I'm going to make Eldritch. This one. So I'm going to make Eldritch. But I'm going to try and do stuff on my Ultimate Slayers, and I'm also going to rebuild my my Sprite to be Adventure Sprite. So that's my 2 plans for tomorrow. I feel like I need the Adventure Sprite, and the aim is to try and get at least 6 tickets somehow, because man, I've no tickets at all. What's up, guys? It's end of day 1. We've more people joining us from the pub. We've double Chalice Slime Monthly winner Art Unal here.
Face reveal.
Let's go. Look at that fucking token. Beautiful. Pat called him a god. He is the god. I played him against him in Nats. He was playing Despy at the time.
Lost on time.
Unfortunately, lost in time. Unfortunately. And we've got 2 Peters here. The double Peters. Peter Con Cannon, Peter Sin Cannon. Peter. So yeah. This is mostly just for the vlog stuff, because I'll eventually pay an editor to make this coherent. But yeah, like Ireland's meta is really, really good, except in Euros, because we're too honourable for that. GG.
Hey folks, it's me a few days later. I just want to clarify my very ominous statement there at the end. So essentially, none of the Irish players that I talked to thought of bringing any sort of burn-in time cards, such as Cowboy. And if you've seen, I guess local Tala hero Vladis Barnovskis, who lost to Psychic Life Transfer on a stream, but also came top 16, did not play any burn cards in time. So the Irish are just a bunch of folks who want to win with the deck that they have, I guess, and that was kind of the intent there. In case it's I'm not accusing anybody of cheating or anything else like that. It's just, just still very salty about the fact that I lost to Cowboy in game. And then when I went back to like locals, I heard nothing but, "Oh man, I'm so sorry I lost to Cowboy," and I'm like, it happens, I guess, so that's the way it is. So don't think anything of it. It's just literally, it's very much because I said it to Vlad as well when he was back, because he was in locals, and I was like, dude, major props first of all, because you got to top 16, but also you didn't play a burn card and you got to top 16. So that's impressive in itself, right? It's fine. Obviously, play Red Resonator. It's the game that we have. Time rules are kind of what they are. But yeah, just one of those things, and still very salty. That's still at the end of the same day that I got burned for Cowboy. As you can tell, I'm not very good in competition because it is part of the game, and I need to respect and understand that as well. So it is what it is. Anyways, that's kind of it. Just to add a little bit of clarification to that, just in case it felt like really off-putting or something. Just that's why it's like that. So.
Hey everybody, I am at day 2 of Euros here. We're after getting a nice token. The line for the tokens was really quick. I also picked up Pearl Rhino at vendor prices, which was not a good idea. It was like, but it saves the effort of trying to get it delivered or something. So. I don't know who that is, but yeah. So round two, or not round two. So day two, I think I'm gonna like maybe sign up for more side events. I've changed the deck just to put some training wheels on it and see what crack I can have today, basically. You know, so I'm also hanging from 2 pitchers of beer yesterday, which was a lot of beer. So that's me.
So just because I feel the need to maybe express a bit more energy than that, yeah, the honest truth was I had at least 2 pitchers, like 2 very large pitchers of Belgian beer, in Antwerp, I guess, right, the day before. And if you've seen the deck profile, you'll understand. Like, I'm clearly very animated. This is the morning after, okay? I genuinely, between the fact that there was nothing open, no shops were open anywhere in Antwerp to get like breakfast stuff or whatever, or like coffee or anything else. Everywhere was closed. Between that and the fact that I was hanging and everything else like that is what has put my demeanor like that, at least at the start. It does perk up a bit, but you know, just so you're aware, this is me suffering. I guess I have not had a hangover in a while, but here I'm clearly suffering the brunt of a hangover because I've no means of like caring for myself, so to speak. But yeah, so yeah, to day 2, it gets better. It gets better. It's all good.
Hey everybody, so I haven't updated in a while, but essentially today's day 2. I found a grocery store that was still open because everywhere is closed on Sundays. But before that, I played in one constructed event, which is about 3 rounds, and you get 8 tickets for that if you win the 3 rounds. So I won the 3 rounds today, which is quite cool. And they were the first games I've won the entire weekend. And for them to be subsequent meant that I got 8 tickets and stuff. So I got a mat. I picked up a mat with that, and along with that, we went and got some tokens. So I got some tokens of a bunch of the folks, and I also picked up an adventure token, just like a blank one, so that I could use it for my Brave Adventure stuff. Maybe I'll go back to Dragon Link again. Woohoo! Yeah, so it's kind of chill. A lot of people are going back on flights and stuff, or going waiting for their flight, so it's pretty relaxed. But in other news, Joshua Schmidt just finished a top 8 match, or I guess to qualify for top 8, which is really interesting. The crowd was huge at the events where the feature match was going on. So yeah, pretty cool.
So just there, you heard a bit about my day 2 sort of event. I stopped recording for quite a while, when I probably shouldn't have, because I was obviously a bit down in the dumps from the first day, and also we went for drinks on the Saturday night, so I did have what could be classed as a mild hangover, but was probably a very, very bad hangover. Going into day 2, there was no paracetamols, which is why I'm mentioning it with the grocery stores. But what happened was, you know, I just tried to persist through it. I signed up for one of the constructed events, and round 1 I was against Danger tier limits, I think, or branded tier limits, and I was like, oh, seriously? But I did the exact opposite of what I was told to do for the main event, which was I played Adventure Sprite because I wanted to do that. I wanted to use my ulti enchantresses, and then I also played shifters or dimensional shifter in the side. And let me tell you, for the side events, both of those things were amazing. They were absolutely cracked the entire time, because I played against 2 tier limits and a sprite mirror in the side event. And against the 2 tier limits, shifter shuts them down insanely badly. They both either bricked or they just couldn't do anything. And then for the sprite mirror, the poor guy, I was really happy he won the round before, because it was either that or Exo-Sister, and I have no idea how to play against Exo-Sister. But he won that round, which meant that he was playing against me in the final, and I do not I do not underestimate the fact that I swiftly 2-0'd him because he couldn't do anything. I held an imperm until he made Gigantic Sprite. He had everything on the field. For some reason, he didn't summon Carrot when he probably should have, because either he assumed I had no hand traps and I was just letting him do all his things, or whatever. But anyways, I let him get as far as he could. He had red on the field, and I just went imperm, and he basically had to pass because he had red and carrot, and all I had to do was Simmons. It was really kind of straightforward. It's not a great mirror, but it's pretty back and forth, and it takes a bit of, I guess, it takes a bit of experience to know to hold the imperm, you know, especially for Gigantic Sprite, because there's a good chance they could summon carrot. I tend to summon carrot myself. I try to get red and carrot on the field when I'm doing stuff. So, yeah, like, there's not much I've videoed for day 2. Might make do with my past or future me, I guess, talking a bit more about it. But we'll maybe cut back to past me and see if I have anything else to talk about. I think I've got stuff about the flight, or before the flight, and so on. But yeah, it's still really fun. Really did up my spirits a lot when I won the side event. Obviously, I mean, it's 3 rounds and so on, but it's still the best players in Europe go into this event, and obviously dropping sometimes because they're not making day 2 or so on, but they're signing up for those side events, you know. So that felt like an accomplishment to me, and you know, it wasn't all for nothing, and it felt really good after losing consecutively for, what was it, 9 rounds, because it was 5 rounds of 3v3 and 4 rounds of the main event. So that was bad. So this was a real pick-me-up, you know. So just, I guess, before we get to like the last really mellow video, which is me in the airport, which is the day after, I just want to talk a bit about the Winamat event, or the side event that we, right? So I played Adventure Sprite, which I felt a lot more comfortable with. I side decked Dimension Shifter, and I played against 2 Tearlament, and I saw Shifter in at least one of the games each per game, and I also played a mirror match against Sprite. So overall, it was a really good way to finish up my weekend, because it takes a lot out of you to lose every single game, including the 3v3s and your side events, to keep going. That is like insanely difficult. So the side event was a really good pick me up. What I did was I picked up the Dark Magician's Winamat because it looked really nice, so that's what I went with. I think for next events I'll be maybe a bit more prepared for side events as well. So I didn't do the thing with the L Lich that I said I was gonna do. So do me, I don't know. Like, well, I don't. As in, I just didn't do it. So that was all. I just went with the adventure sprite, and I took out, like, I just made it a bit more broad breakery. It kept in the Ash Blossoms, kept in the Imperms, and it was really good. It was quite solid. Even when it breaks, it still does stuff because you're breaking on maybe Rite of Armistier or something. So, and for the most part, they usually don't. They don't. There's no Ash Blossom or anything for that. So quite good. But yeah. Cool.
Hey everybody, so this is my pretty last video in Brussels. So I am currently in the airport. It's really quiet. Overall, Euros is really good. It's really interesting. It was wild to see Sun Avalon, or I guess Rika Sun Avalon, take it. Really interesting decklist, to be honest, as well. The fact that it does so many things, like tribute your opponent's cards if you have the field spell up, is pretty insane. So yeah, I got here pretty early and I'm really tired, and I think overall it's been a really good experience. I would say it's been very expensive, mostly because I needed to buy new swap frogs, and we went to, with the Irish bear we went to was like really expensive. It was like a tourist trap. One of the Irish girls who was working there was telling me it was a tourist trap, so it was like that kind of thing. And then what else? We got a million different tokens. I got some adventure tokens as well, so let's hope that deck survives at least another week so I can use my adventure tokens. Maybe the ban list is probably going to come on, I would bet Tuesday. I think at this stage Mystic Mind needs to go, but we'll see. And yeah, I think it was really interesting to see how many of the lists evolved and so on, and that Evil Twin Sprite was the one that went the furthest with enemy controllers in the main, which is insane. So that's really, really cool. And enemy controller is like my favorite card, so that's quite good. Beyond that, it was really, really fun. Some of the events took ages to start, so that was quite annoying, but on-demand events were quite good. And overall it was really good, really fun.
So since that's kind of the last video of the entire vlog, I guess I want to send it out with a bit more energy. So today is Tuesday, first of all, as I'm recording this, and we don't have a ban list yet, but please ban Mystic Mind. That would be fantastic. Please do that. Beyond that, Rikus on Avalon look really cool. Evil Twin Sprite seems really good. YCS Rio was won by Mystic Mind Burn. Like, what? Crazy. Yeah, please ban Mystic Mind. That would be fantastic. Beyond that, I think for like the next big event that I go to, I'm gonna really like plan for not just the main event, but also plan for side events as well. So I want to have like, a speed duel deck, and I want to have like a good goats deck and so on. I want to have all this stuff ready so that, like, you know, even if the main event doesn't go well, that I can at least have fun in many different ways, or so on. Obviously, not assuming that the main event is going to go badly, because as you heard in my vlog, I actually paid for 20 kg check-in bag on my flight because I was confident I was going to win something. Which I did win something, but I didn't need 20 kg bags. But, you know, I mean, the sentiment is there, and you can see there's some level of competitive streak, so I just need to keep on that and keep on that grind, you know. Speaking as the #1 ranked player in Neuron for Ireland, you know, because I grind locals, so to speak, grind those world points, bro. But for the most part, I mean, it's a really fun experience. It was my very first experience that was like as big as that, like anywhere close. Because our nationals last year or this year was 128 people in Ireland, so this was far and beyond bigger than that, you know. So it's kind of lit a bit of a spark, and I feel a lot more interested in going to many more of these events. Obviously, everything, like a lot of the stuff was quite expensive because everything was closed on Sunday. You're kind of stuck with a choke point of like needing to go miles away from the venue in order to get like groceries or like get like food and stuff, or you suffer through the venue prices, which were like €3 or something like that. And as you may have heard as well, I mentioned that I bought Pearl Rhinos, which is the field spell, because everywhere I was looking, if I turned the corner, people were playing Danger to Element. So I was like, I'm not letting this shit get past me. So I wanted to make sure I had the most awkward to get card available for myself. But other than that, this is kind of the overall vlog. I see some weird camera quality things. I'm hoping it doesn't get picked up when it's rendered, the video, but this is like a first attempt at like what is a vlog. Basically just a bunch of stuff mixed together to kind of go through the week. I guess major shout outs to the people I hung out with the majority of the time I was there, which is like Peter Concannon, Mark Lawless, Peter Donovan, Art Unil as well. We had a really good time. We went to an Irish bar as a bunch of Irish people and got like scammed for drinks. Well, as not scammed, but as in just like really expensive drinks in a tourist trap place. Had good fun. We got tokens and stuff, so that was good. But it was really fun, and I think it's good to go there. And you see, I was representing my county. I was wearing my county jersey. I was trying to pretend that I was part of like a big esports like team, you know, with like loads of sponsors and stuff, where it's actually just my like GA county jersey or whatever. Not my county. I don't play county, but you know, just in general. So yeah, I kind of tried to look the part and play the part as small as much as possible. I'd have almost went the other option, which is like play a paper play mat and just play my really expensive deck. But yeah, it was really fun, and that is it. I'm going to sign off from there. Thanks very much for watching and bearing with me for more than 25, nearly 30 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the experience or the journey of me at Euros, which is being uploaded about 2 weeks after Euros, with all the hindsight that's involved there, which is board breakers, not hand traps, I guess, is the big one, because I got ghost ogred a whole lot during 3v3, so I was like, okay, everyone's on hand traps, and that wasn't how it turned out at all, so it is what it is. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.